Okay, welcome to the Timberwolves Dynasty series that I hope to do. First time I tried it, I forgot to turn the music off of NBA 2K16. I got flagged for copyright infringement or whatever on YouTube, so you couldn't hear any of the things I was saying about the team I drafted, and I thought that was kind of lame because I was actually talking a lot during that video, trying to make good points. So I deleted that video from YouTube, and now hopefully this will be the one that I can actually use. So I'm going to do All-Star 8-minute quarters. I usually do 12-minute quarters, but I only play a few games of those franchises, and then I usually quit and do another fantasy draft because I really like to do drafts. But hopefully with this video series, I'll be forced to use this team that I draft. I'm not trying to get a good pick or anything. I'm just going to take whatever it gives me. Serpentine, so I get the inverse of whatever I am originally slotted at, so I think that's kind of fair. And I'll try and create this roster with balance in mind, where I have good bench scoring to go along with good defense on the bench, as well as, and then trying to keep in mind what pieces can mix and match between my bench and my starting unit. Another thing I look at with the draft is if I'm going to go for wins or if I'm going to go for development. That usually depends on who the best player is when I pick and how old they are and what kind of contract they have. So I'm picking 12th. I usually really like to get John Wall. I think he's a very OP player in 2K. Well, here. Let's see what else. Who else was taken? Andre, Kawhi Leonard, so underrated. Okay. So Cousins pops off the page right away, but there's a wealth of centers. Like, these guys are usually here well into the draft, so I don't have to worry about not getting one of these guys. The problem with these guys is their contracts. Gortat, 31 with 4 years left, so he's going to be 35 when it's over, and he's going to decrease every time, but let's not focus on these guys right now. Let's go back to the top of the draft. Boogie, obviously, can't go wrong with Boogie. I mean, he's expressive, but 24 badges, 3 golds, 4 golds, 5 golds, 7 golds. Can't go wrong there. Favors even younger than Boogie. Power forward's a bit of a weak spot. I'd love to get Kevin Love in the second round, but I don't think I'll be able to grab him. Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Dame Lillard, Kyrie Irving. All of these would be good picks. CP3 is just getting a little up there, but his contract is manageable. I think whenever I go to a basketball game, I always make sure I see the Clippers when they're in town because he is a blast to watch, or at least he has been in the past. The shooting guard position is definitely the weakest in the league and in this game. It's hard to find the one that I really enjoy playing with. So whenever I get a chance to pick them first overall, I usually take it. But I don't know. I don't think Jimmy Butler's worth the 12th overall pick. I'm a big Timberwolves fan. I think it would be wise to take either Wiggins or Karl-Anthony Towns. But since I have this pick, I think I'm going to go with Boogie Cousins being my big guy. I'm not sure what his defensive stats are like. Good box out. That's excellent. He's not like super smart when it comes to this, but another good. Oh, those are way better block numbers than I thought they'd be. Another good thing about Boogie is that you can just slide him over to the power forward if you're not happy with him at center. And if you want to go big and slow, well, let's check them. It's always good to get a nice point guard, too. I don't hate playing with Ricky Rubio and Brandon Jennings, but you can definitely tell the difference when you have a excellent point guard. So, I'm gonna go with Boogie because he's younger and he's got a few more years on his contract. Whenever you can get a star with a few years on his contract, it's always a good thing to get him. That way you don't have to worry about him eventually leaving in the future. Man, the Mavericks picking Dirk at 18, that's... Man, the Lakers picking Duncan at 21, that's pretty crazy. But, that's good for me. Okay. No Kevin Love. Dwight Howard and Al Horford are still here. Rondo, Teague, and Kemba. So, I mean, see, that's what kind of sucks is that I decided to pick a center, and now look at the second round, and there's still like pretty decent centers available. Would Dwight Howard and Boogie Cousins be able to coexist in the front court? I'm not so sure. I could. Well, I guess they're not even giving Horford the chance to be a power forward anymore. I always thought of him as more of a natural power forward. I gotta be honest, I kind of like the idea of playing Dwight Howard and Boogie Cousins together in the same front court. But, well, see, I'm not wild about any of these point guards either. I have Boogie, so I could go young if I wanted to. Let's see what kind of young players are still available. Dante Exum, Miles Turner, Justin Winslow. Oh, Jahlil Okafor is still there. Jabari Parker, whose stats are kind of alarming. How sort of he's only very good when he's close to the basket. That's kind of alarming. My boy Zach still available. Schroeder, Peyton, Embiid. Yeah, nothing that really gets you excited. I mean, Kid Gilchrist. In the previous years, you could exploit the game by signing Kid Gilchrist and then putting him under severe training regiments, and he'd turn into a really good player really quick. But since I'm going to be trying to play most of these games this year, excuse me, I'm not going to be trying to do that type of thing. You know, it'd be pretty dumb to just drop Dwight Howard, but I kind of really want to do it. But, well, let's just check again what Horford's numbers are here. Not a very solid rebounder. Damn, Hassan Whiteside, holy crap. His hustle is a 95. He's so overpowered. I didn't even realize how overpowered he was. I could create an all-crazy team. That would be kind of entertaining. But then who would you take, Dwight Howard or Hassan Whiteside? Or Rondo would be crazy too, but let's just try and... Man, I'm not wild about any of these options. Zach Randolph is old. Ibaka's good. Is Ryan Anderson going to be available in the next round? Because, I mean, can always use a three-point shooter. And I guess Ibaka is pretty much just as good as he is now. His rebounding, not great. You know it's an issue when your rebounding numbers are a little bit worse than Anderson's. Well, let's go back and take a point guard. Who would be solid with? Well, Rondo's proven he's been solid with him. Yeah, I'm not wild about any of these options. But since we're just gonna do something crazy, let's play Hassan Whiteside next to Boogie. That should be interesting. I mean, I'm playing the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves playbook is ass backwards in terms of three-point shooting and big men, so why not? I mean, it's our playbook is centered more towards big men. I didn't mean it's ass backwards with big men. I mean it's ass backwards that we're not trying to stretch our big men out to the three-point line. But Batum's been playing pretty solid this year. I'm sure I could still get a young guy. I'm sure, yeah, Jabari's still there if I wanted to get him. He's A- potential. He's not an injury concern. Is he going to be really helpful this year? No. But I think he's a worthwhile pick because he's going to be the major piece that what's his face? Boogie Cousins is going to develop next to. And since I took a young guy there, I was hoping that D'Angelo Russell would be here. Because that would be a nice young core to build up around. Drew Holiday, he's got some injury concerns. Derrick Rose, don't even get me started. Goran Dragic took a huge dive. Michael Carter-Williams. If I take a Michael Carter-Williams, I'm going to have to hope that I can just get some amazing three-point shooting on my bench. Like Kyle Korver would be solid. But I think I'll take MCW. Wow, he does have injury concerns, huh? I don't expect him to be a scorer. I want him to be a Rajon Rondo type player. I don't think he's that quick either. I should check that too before I make my decision. Yeah, he's not that quick. But then again, you look at the players he's grouped in with. There's not a lot of that. There's not that many really quick young guys either. But whoever I take as my backup point guard, I think I'm looking at Ty Lawson as a backup. If I can snag Ty Lawson in my backup, I think I'm going to be alright. Looking at these young guys, I'm not seeing anyone who's popping off the page. I mean, Shabazz, I like Shabazz, but he's not a shooting guard. He's too slow. Let's check his speed while we're at it. I've seen him play. I know he's not that fast. I think he's way stronger than that, though. Definitely don't need any big guys for a while. So I'm going to take MCW. I'll probably come to regret it when I can't hit a three-point shot. But like I said, the real-life Timberwolves are not a three-point shooting team. Now, I'm going to take Eric Gordon. Because he's young, he's on an expiring deal. If I can snag Kyle Korver here, no. That would have been really nice, but I'll be okay. Now, I could get a DeMarre Carroll. And he could start above Parker. And I could use Parker off the bench as both of my backup big man and my backup small forward. Carroll can space the floor with Eric Gordon. I think that's the right pick. Jared Dudley's a nice player, but he's a bench player. I mean, DeMarre Carroll's expensive as hell, but if you look at my contracts, I got Boogie locked in for 15, and Hassan's expiring. Eric Gordon's expiring. Michael Carter-Williams is locked in cheap, and so is Parker. So I can afford one bad contract on here. Now, hopefully that doesn't piss off Jabari Parker, where he starts acting like a bastard, so he can't play. But we'll see. Now I'm going to take Ty Lawson as my backup point guard, like I said. And then I'm going to snag a three-point shooting big man. I don't really like Boris Diaw. Channing Frye, he's got a bad contract. Ilya Silva's alright. I can get him in the next round, I think. I don't want... Joakim Noah would be nice, but is he going to be okay coming off the bench behind two other guys? I don't think so. I could... See here, I got two wings. He's going to be my backup power forward, like I said, and my backup small forward. Got my point guards. My three-point shooting's still an issue. I should grab another three-point shooter while I can. Dunleavy. Never heard of that fella. Turkoglu. Huh. Rudej. Damian. George Hill. Well, J.R. Smith might be the way to go. Doesn't he have a... Well, I suppose his contract's not terrible. Jody Meeks. I'm surprised that his three-point shooting took such a dive. Where's that one guy? Anthony Morrow. Did I just see him? Yeah, right here. I think I could probably get him in the next round. Marcus Morris. Where's Markeith Morris? Is he? He's probably gone. You know what? Let's just take. Well, no, I said that Parker would be my backup power forward, so I don't need him. The only good three-pointer shooting big man or center left is probably Spencer Hawes, yeah. And maybe like one other scrub. So let's go with. Let's go. I don't want Kevin Martin, so I'm so sick of that guy. J.R. Smith or Jody Meeks. Let's look at their badges. Acrobat, corner specialist, microwave, pick dodger, pickpocket. Acrobat, limitless range. Step back freeze, killer crossover. Prime time, steps up his games. Player who can be wildly inconsistent. Six 6'4". Let's look at their quickness. Wow, J.R. Smith is better hustle than Jody Meeks. Lateral quickness, Meeks is better, faster, slightly better acceleration, slightly less vertical, significantly stronger, less stamina, more durable. But he's got a year in his contract. And we're going to take Smith. He can play both positions. Mayo's an insane person, so we'll take Smith here. Boris Diaz still available. Huh. Now, how many players do I have? What round is it? 9. So this is going to be my 9th player. This is going to be the end of my rotation, really. And I only have 2 real big men, so I suppose I should just take... I suppose I should just take Dia. I'm not a big fan of Dia in real life, even though I know he's actually really solid. I just don't care for him. Let's take Morrow. Just have a shooter on the bench ready to go. And then let's take some backup big men. Not necessarily good players, just players who I can have on reserve ready to go in case one of my other big guys get hurt. Let's see where Anthony Bennett is. I had such high hopes for Bennett when he came to the Timberwolves. I was thinking that guy was going to turn his career around. Wow, where is he? Anthony Bennett. Bruno Cabalico, or I forget how you even say it. I was hoping that guy would turn out too. Still early in his career, so who knows? That guy just got shot. Am I not seeing him, or did he get taken already, or is he just not? I'm wasting time here, I know, I'm sorry. Whatever. Whatever. Let's just take... Now, I doubt Emeka Okafor is really going to care if he gets any playing time or not. So, I think... You know what? Let's take Mo Spates. I like him. He's a solid offensive player. Let's take another guy here. Jonas Jerebko. And now that I got my bench all sorted out, got 3 wings, 2 power forwards, 3 centers. I think I'm just gonna take another point guard to round it out. Just some cheap guy. Jimmer. Wow, 3-point shooting D+. That's crazy. I like Lorenzo Brown. He served us well as a backup. Might as well just take him. I know he could have got a better player, but I'm honestly never going to play my 13th player, so just take him, hope we never have to use him, and he'll be a decent 13th player that'll never complain. And I think I should have enough salary cap room to sign a few free agents as well. Alright, what do you got to say, owner? Get us a roster that's rated top 15 in the entire league. When is that due by? If I knew when that was due by, I might say yes, but right now it's just might. I can definitely win 18 games at home. Make the trades necessary to nab us 2 top 14 selections in the next draft. That is not going to happen. I want you to move either Lorenzo Brown or Jonas Jerebko. I can do that. I don't want to see him go, but they're not important. Might. Depends how much the guys like Jonas Jerebko or Lorenzo Brown. And, yeah. Let's just... Start of next season. Yeah, I can do that then. Holy crap, I'm the 30th ranked roster in the league. Really? Am I really that bad? Probably because they don't understand what I'm gonna do with Boogie or Hassan. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna change Boogie's position to power forward / center. That way I can move him as my starting power forward. His rating might take a little bit of a dip, but I think it'll be alright. No, it actually went up 1. Okay, so now I'm going to look at my... Well, let's just check the roster again one more time. 3 point guards. I don't need another point guard. 2 shooting guards, but I can use Anthony Morrow as one as well. 3 power forwards. I don't really need anyone, but I will sign 1 more player. Corey Brewer would be a great player just to have around in case I ever needed an energy guy. What do you think about your potential role? There aren't many players on the team right now that'll keep me from being where I want to be. I don't know what that means. Sounds good. How about that? Alright. Sweet. So there we go. Now I'm going to keep 1 roster spot open in case of trade, of which I need a 2 for 1. I'll handle it, sure. So we're gonna move Parker back. We're gonna move Dia and Whiteside. Dia's gonna get significantly less minutes. Parker's gonna get that. Hassan's gonna get that. Lawson will get a little bit more. We'll take a few away from Carter Williams, give them to Lawson. Then move Lorenzo down, Jerebko down, Spates down, Morrow down, And we'll give 5 minutes to Troy Brewer game. And that'll be that. Looks like a solid squad. I'll take one there. I'll put one there. Jabari Parker still getting more minutes than Damari Carroll, but Damari Carroll is starting and spacing the floor better for me. Jabari Parker will be a scorer with Ty Lawson. I think that's a good squad. So, yeah, that's my team. That's my draft. I'm sure a lot of you might have looked at it differently than I did, thinking that Hassan and Boogie is going to be a nightmare next to each other. Might be, but Hassan's going to be the defender, or at least the blocker, and Boogie's going to be the scorer. Damari's going to be the 3-and-D guy. Eric Gordon's going to space the floor with some three-point shooting. And Michael Carter-Williams is going to be my Ricky Rubio. He's going to defend, steal, and pass, but not really shoot that well. And I already mentioned my plan for the bench. And then, yeah, that's that. So, I'll catch you in the next video, which will be my first game.